back with another episode of Fram Fit Ops. Okay. So hey, listen, if you're here tuning in, thank you first and foremost. This is new. I don't know where this is going. So we're just gonna jump right into it, right? Who am I? Well, uh, currently been in the army for man, going on 16 years. And you know, I can't complain, but the army is the army, and at that time, we all gotta walk away from it at some point, right? So here I am trying to figure out what that looks like. And at the end of the day, how did I get here, man? So a few years back, was deployed as I am right now, and was attempting to do some more of the high speed stuff that I did a lot of in the young days in my career. And unfortunately, my body betrayed me, as I think it does a lot of times. Spend enough time in, you get to learn, man, that your body just does not do the same things that it used to do, right? And so it was interesting. And ultimately, I had to restructure kind of what I was doing. And by nature, you know, especially with the things that you've learned throughout the course of the army, like I'm competitive. I don't like losing. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible habit. But it also, I think it serves to bring out the best in everybody. So with that, that kind of happened. Went on another deployment, and when you know it, man, I gained a bunch of weight. I think I came back from Poland. Know anything about Poland? Poland's a lot of fun. But today I'm 5'6", 183. I think I was this morning. When I came back from Poland, man, I was 227, I think, at my heaviest. Now, what I would tell you is that I was strong, and I loved it. Been working out for a long time, but at the end of the day, the standard is still the standard. And so, I think a big thing that we forget is that if you don't look the part, you can't be the part. So I ended up hiring a coach. I was like, you know what? I want to do bodybuilding. It's crazy. Sure enough, I hired a coach. I worked with him for a little while. And unfortunately, man, I found that, I think in this community, people look at you and they're like, oh, well, you can't do this or you're not going to want to do that. So I didn't work with the dude very long, but gained some pretty good insights. Talked about things like how to manage your food and focus on training the right way and doing things. I've been working out for a long time. And the one thing that I think that I took away is that you can't outwork a bad diet. Now that's questionable for those of us who serve, because you do enough rucks, you do enough runs, you can eat whatever you want, and you can certainly look some of your best, but I think age catches up with the best of us at some point. And so, sure enough, man, it took me, I want to say, 16 months, and I went from 227-ish, stepped on stage September 14th last year at 161 pounds. And it was great. It was probably the best thing I'd ever experienced. I actually grew up kind of heavy, and so, man, I had abs for the first time. It was glorious. But one of the things that I didn't do well is I didn't reverse diet after sitting on stage, and I didn't do it the right way. And so, in probably 3-4 months, man, I put back on 25 pounds, and I was pushing 195 again, and still working out, still a little bit of the definition, but as anybody who will tell you and who's stepped on stage before, that, man, like you gotta come out of it properly, because there are a lot of things that happen with your body. So here I am, deployed again, and this time I'm like, all right, now I will tell you that I placed 4 out of 5. I believe it was in my Mountain West Naturals out in Colorado Springs. And as I said in the beginning, man, I don't lose well. It was a great experience, but I don't like to lose. And that's one of the things that I think that the Army has taught me, that you can always do better. And so do better I'm attempting to do. And so right now I don't have a coach. My coach who got me on stage, great dude, took me where I needed to be. But, you know, coaching is expensive. And so, you know, currently I'm studying human performance, focus on fitness and nutrition at Liberty University. And I am trying to do this myself, like the things that I've learned. You know, you work out for so long, but then there really is a science behind it. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do for myself. And it's not bad. Again, you know, today I'm sitting at like 183. And I think the biggest friction that I'm having on a deployment is access to equipment, because this certainly is not like one of my home gyms, and access to proper nutrition. Now I'm in one of those locations where nutrition is few and far in between. I think our daily dose of lunches is cold cuts and sliced bread. How am I supposed to meet my nutrition goals, right? Who knows? So we'll get into a little bit of what the food looks like out here. We're gonna talk a little bit about, you know, my workout today. Today was a pull day with a little bit of buys, and then, you know, over the coming days, I'll walk you through kind of what my 7-day program looks like, and ultimately I want to get back on stage again in March next year, right around my birthday. So this is just that documentation. Where this goes from here, man, who knows? But appreciate you guys coming along for the journey. Hey, listen, ask some questions. We can talk about it. Should be a good time. And other than that, until the next time, hey, Fram Fit Ops out.